So welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks since I've done an episode, probably 3 weeks or so now. A little bit of a trip overseas to New Zealand, hitting the slopes a little bit of power country, which was really nice. A little bit of time to get away with a few friends for one of my friends' birthday. Angus's brother, for anybody that was watching a few episodes back, it was Finn's birthday, so we generally go away every year for the snow. He's a bit of a powder monkey himself, so it is always good to hit the slopes with some friends. It is one of the more fun things that I do. So that's a little bit of BTS for myself. With our current guest, he is my best mate. He's the most fun person that I've had on. I kind of owed him one from the first episode because it's developed in a little bit of a different way now rather than us just talking rubbish for probably an entire hour. We're going to have a little bit more in-depth chat about and something that I think that got away from us in the first place. George is on an absolute tear with what he's doing and developing his own business and the new steps that he's taking and newfound land for him. So I'm really excited for him, and I wanted him to be able to have more than just an online chat workshop, a Q&A for him to sort of express what he's doing and the direction that he was doing, or that he's going into, I should say, because it is exciting. I have given this a bit of thought in a way that everyone should have and be open to ideas about being able to do a lot of different things. I think there is no definite one way to be able to do something. I think there is 1,000 different ways to skin a rabbit, and you should be open to everything. But if you want to monetize something, pick one way and be the best at that one way that you possibly can. And that's what I think that George has been doing to perfection lately with the way that he's modeled his business, the way that he's coming through, the way that he does his education, is he understands there are lots of ways to be able to be the best athlete possible, but he's honing in on his one professional side that he knows best. George, tell us about FAM. What is it? What do you love about it? And why have you modelled it in such a way that you are hell-bent on people's success in this way?
Yeah, so I'm a male body aesthetic specialist, and I've developed Fallaw Aesthetic Method. It came about from, I've just always had so much passion for my industry. I'm a myotherapist, personal trainer as well. I've always had so much passion, and I've always had so many ideas. I study a lot of philosophy. I love the deeper meaning of life. And I've started to realize if I can really get inside people's heads and get the mongrel out of them, I can help them achieve anything with their body composition, and subsequently their lives. So over the past few months, I've really been thinking about my vision for it. How can I create a framework to take everything out of my head that has helped me stay injury-free, personal besting every week, in the shape of my life, completely natural, eating tons of food. Like, I feel like it's a fucking cheat code. And I was like, I need to teach other men how to do this because I don't want to die with all of these secrets. So I developed a framework and a structure, which my autism loves. I have a framework and a structure for literally every part of my life. I run my life like a business. There's processes for literally every part of it. Can I be lazy and not follow those processes? Hell yeah. But I like
Quick
to have
note, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. But I like to have the framework there because it reduces friction on implementing, hard behaviors or habits you want to implement. So yeah, the Fallaw Aesthetic Method, it's a 5-phase system. Really sort of split up across training, nutrition. We don't do cardio. We do none of that shit. Step number 4 is the neural activation. This is the myotherapy side that I'm now weaning into what I do. This is the coolest shit I've ever learned in my life. The first time I did it, I went home and I did 5 times 150 meter sprints. In between those reps, I wasn't breathing. I was just like a conversation with you and me right now. Yeah. And as I was doing those steps, it felt like I had new runners, like I was on pogo sticks. I was like, what the fuck is this treatment? This is when I went and did the course. And so now I'm integrating that because if you can take that feeling and go and lift weights with that, you are going to unlock all of your potential. So passionate about that. And then step 5 is masculine optimization. I think a lot of guys get a few things wrong. This can be hygiene. This can be the way you present yourself. And this can also be your internal world inside of your head. So this is where I teach people stoic-based principles to get the most out of their brain and just to be able to positively reframe things that are happening in their life. There's looks maxing, which I'm also interested in. It's just how to optimize the male outside of the gym in terms of his looks, in terms of his mindset. How can I bulletproof males in society, and I created a fucking awesome framework that I'm so passionate about, and that is the Fallaw Aesthetic Method, bro.
Unreal to know. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited for it, man. Like
Yeah.
seeing you so passionate about this, and I know how much hard work that you put in on the back end of it.
Yeah.
I know that it means a lot to you, and it means a lot to me to see how passionate you are about something. So stoked to see what's to come. But of course, I think I've got a lot of questions around. And I think Benny's probably got questions along the way as well. But my biggest one is you're focusing so much on males. Is there a reason that you're focusing on males over females as well? I know that you've got a few clients that are females right now. What does this mean for them going forward?
Yeah, of course. So I sent out a message to all of my female clients. Nothing changes with you guys. I have so much love in my heart. This does not mean that it's only going towards males. I love feminine energy. I love being around women. I worship them. If I could have 20 wives, I would have 20 wives, right? So when it comes to the girls, they are my queens. I've created a little group chat of just the girls and just the boys. And I think this is really good because it allows girls to kind of open up in a way that they're not going to open up around other males. So yes, I've segregated the genders within my business, and my marketing message is only going to be focused towards males. This is purely a business decision. This is not a case of preference.
Yep.
This is just, I get asked a lot about male enhancement, and I guess me being a male as well, I've really researched how to optimize every part of our entire body.
Yeah.
So it just makes sense in that sense. And it also, if I'm going to be building followers or engagement online, I can't just speak to everybody. Otherwise, I'm going to appeal to nobody, right? Okay. But I will every now and then put up posts, and I will reference queens, and I will talk to the girls because I love girls. There is no favoritism. This just makes the most business sense. And it breaks my heart, honestly. It was very hard for me to do, man. But nothing changes for my current female clients.
What was the hardest thing when you say it was really hard for you to do? Why was it so hard to walk away from that side of things?
Well, because I love the diversity in what I do each day. I love the problems and the unique challenges that women present. I love the problems and unique challenges that men present. And it's hard to think about only dealing with one subgroup for the rest of your career. Okay. So that was probably really difficult. I also didn't want them to feel like that I was favoriting guys, because I'm not. But all of the girls that I work with, like, they've all said to me, George, like, we totally get it. It's like a business decision. Like, good on you. I know nothing changes for us. Like, I know how much you care about me. I know this is just like a you thing. It's all chill. So, and that just gave me so much, encouragement as well, that they just took it all so well. So
you got a current client list. How many clients do you have on the go at the moment?
Yeah, so I've got 54 clients, and I would say I've probably got about 30 guys to 24 chicks. It's pretty much
pretty split.
It's pretty split. It's pretty split.
Because I know how much detail that you go into with your clients, and when someone might turn around and say, "Gee, 54 is not that many." It's actually a lot when the amount of detail that you put in with somebody. For the usual or the going forward now with the fam clients, what does the typical fam client look to you, and how much engagement do you have with them?
How much engagement do I have with them? So with our job, like, yes, 54 clients, like, it sounds just like a number, but that's 54 personal investments. Like, if someone is in my life, whether it's a friend, whether it's a family member, whether it's a client, I can't help but think about your life and your problems outside of work. Like, I emotionally invest so much, and I think that's what makes me really good at what I do. I can't switch it off. I don't want to switch it off. It's one of my purposes is to give to others. So the time investment is quite a bit. And how does that look moving forward? So we've got a 15-minute check-in each week that I'll have with each of the fam members. We go through their current training, their diet. We make decisions based on data. And then I'll do some programming for them about once a month with their training plan. This can usually take me about 20 minutes per client. But I can do that at home with some cool electronic music on, and it doesn't feel like work for me, honestly. Okay. So yeah, there's a bit of a time commitment, but there's text messages every day.
So not so much the time commitment for you. What's the commitment that you have out of one of your clients? How often are you seeing them? How often are you talking to them? What are the check-ins? You sort of just said that it's the data review. So I want you to sort of have a chat about how do you collect that data? How is it presented to somebody? When do you see somebody for their check-in? Do you work out with them? Do you also do your myotherapy with them? Can you
Yeah.
Speak more about that world of
Run me
actually
through it.
being your client.
Okay, yeah. So 15 minutes, we catch up each week. We come in, I do your skin fold measurements. This gives me data on what your body fat levels are. This gives me data on what your muscle levels are. And it helps me know, is the training working? Is the diet working? Do I need to change anything? So a lot of clients or a lot of PTs will catch up with their clients every couple of weeks, every month. I don't like to do that. I like to have my finger on your pulse every single week, knowing when to make a change. Because if we lose a week, that's catastrophic. I want to be able to make a change as soon as something stops working. So that's what we do each week. And we just talk about training. I find a lot of people vent about their lives in those sessions. Sometimes I'll need to just hold space and not give advice. Other times I'll need to go ham on giving advice or giving a framework to someone. I'm now recording all of these meetings with AI, and that's giving them a rundown of all of the advice that I've given them in those meetings. If they've said something heavy, like I'll follow them up in a couple of days with like a message or something. And then people just kind of ask me questions on the day to day. I developed a chatbot which has every piece of content I've ever verbalized as its brain, and clients can use this outside of hours when they can't contact me and get an answer as if I'm answering it.
Okay.
So that's a
cool.
really cool fucking piece of tech that I brought in that gives people answers instantly, in depth, as if I was answering the question for you.
In what way does it answer the questions?
So
If I was, so let's just say that I was at the gym and I spoke to the chatbot and I said, what's the best way to be able to do, fuck, I've completely blanked.
Yeah, what's the best way to do like a barbell row or something,
Correct.
right? Yeah,
Yep.
like technique, yeah. So technique, I have videos on my YouTube for that clients can go and access at any point. You can get technique instructions from it, and I have uploaded some technique videos to this brain. However, that's not really how you'd use it, because you'd want to visually kind of see what technique is. It's more, okay, my working set is going to be 120 kilos for deadlift.
Yep.
What do my warm-ups need to be, George?
Right.
And it gives them exactly what the warm-ups are based on the parameters that I've put in.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
and so people are getting better results. They're getting better PBs. Obviously, it's reduced a little bit of my workload. So it's just a win-win for everybody. And I just feel like they're so supported now more than ever, really. It's exciting.
So you really feel like your clients, the 50-odd clients that you've got, you support them on a heap of different levels.
Fuck yeah.
What do you think capacity is that you could actually go up to?
This is a tough one. So all of my face-to-face slots are full at the moment. I wouldn't be able to do any face-to-face PT where I look at your technique and whatnot. I think I could go up to about 70 if I'm sort of working 7 days at the moment. I could do it. I could make it happen, right? I could go full send. I love going full send, but I think I would maybe burn out a little bit in future, which is why I've also brought on a different tier to what I'm offering, which is a self-led membership subscription that people can do. They get access to the methods. However, this is a cookie cutter program. You get access to the blueprint, the training, nutrition, all of the mindset stuff, everything. But this is something that would be very, very quick for me to fulfill and set up for someone and would require barely any work. There would be no ends that I could support that. And that's the long-term vision, is because I'm doing a lot of trading my time for money, which I will always do. I'll never say goodbye to the face-to-face stuff, because I did over COVID. I was just an online trainer. I was fucking depressed. Like, I don't want to be around on a computer all day long. I want to be talking to people, you know?
Yeah.
So I'll always do the face-to-face stuff, but it'd be nice to have, people accessing the method and it'd be a bit more of a passive thing, I guess.
What's one thing about the method that people don't know that you haven't expressed yet?
One thing about the method that people don't know that I haven't expressed. I was working on this document today. This is kind of funny. So the document's called How to Go Crazy. Because I've been uploading my videos to YouTube of me training. And some people have been asking me, like, how do you get into this like ravenous state of mind? And so I took a bit of time over the weekend, probably 4 hours, thinking about, well, how do I actually do that? And I just wrote out this massive document. It's of just everything that kind of goes through my mind and when to kind of use it, when I'll feel called to a particular strategy. Like, it's a very thorough document. So people wouldn't know that But that's part of step 5, which is the masculine optimization, which is getting the most out of your brain, which I'm really passionate
Which is
about.
like calling on a certain experience in your life to then trigger you to then have an emotional response to be able to do something. Is that what you're sort of talking about?
Yes, but it's complicated because you got to be able to like channel it as well. You can't just be like frenetic because then you'll do shit reps, and those reps will cost you reps. You know, it's about channeling it. There's an art. There's an art to it.
What's your favorite thing about the new method that you've got going?
Favorite thing about it? That would be probably the fact people don't have to do cardio, and I get people eating more than they ever have in their entire lives, and they'll drop like 20 kilos. The fact that it's the exact fucking opposite of everything everyone ever says about fitness and calorie deficits and all of that bullshit. I feel like I've cracked the code here. It sounds really arrogant and pig-headed, but like I am in such good shape and I'm eating 3,700 calories. Like it's crazy. I feel like, people need to know about that.
So instead of talking about numbers, when you start to talk about 3,700 calories, tell me what a meal plan looks on 3,700 calories.
Okay, yeah. So we have 100 grams of oats. We have 70 grams of protein with that. We have 200 grams of low-fat Greek Chobani yogurt. We have 200 grams of berries with that. Then for lunch, we have 600 grams of chicken thigh. Then we have 135 grams of uncooked rice, which yields about 490 cooked. And then we have vegetables, 150 grams. For dinner, we have a 600 gram eye fillet or rump, whatever I'm feeling, combined with veggies, and then 135 grams of uncooked rice, which again yields about, 490, 500-ish cooked weight. And then I got another protein shake in there as well of 70 grams. Yeah, that's what it is.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is.
How many meals are you in a row that you've been able to sustain that?
That would be... What have I got? It's on the counter here. Yeah, I'm very proud of this, man. Like, honestly, it's been like 4 months. Yeah, so 348 meals in a row on plan. Haven't broken it not once. Down to the gram. Like, measured everything.
So 348 meals in a row.
Yeah.
Betty's eyes are like...
Yeah. We're going full send. I'm fucking competing, you know. I do not do things by halves. I'm so keen to get on stage. And as soon I sent a message to my coach, Tom. I said, Tom, this is my receipt of commitment. I'm not missing another meal until we compete. I'm just letting you know. And this was, I started prepping before we even really needed to start dieting. Like I started prepping more than 6 months out from the show. Because I knew when I stood on stage, if I hadn't have done an extreme commitment to get there, or if I only did a 4-month prep or a 3-month prep, like probably what I only needed to do, then that wouldn't be enough for me. I needed to prove to myself that I did this extreme so that when I'm on stage, I have that confidence that I took this as far as I could, you know? Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to be happy with myself, even if I looked good, you know?
Yeah. Is there a stone that, I suppose you can't really say it yet, because you haven't been through the experience. Do you think that afterwards, when you go through the experience, that there will be a stone in reflection that is left unturned? Or do you think that you will cover everything because you've been through every measure imaginable to be able to cover?
No, I've been through every measure imaginable, man. Honestly, like I've been getting laser hair removal. Just bought a full solarium recently. Been getting microneedling on my face, haircuts every single week, getting my ears cleaned out like in 2 weeks. I get a myotherapy every couple of weeks. I get a chiropractic appointment every week.
Who's the myotherapy appointment with?
That is with Rafa Walter. He's a plumber by day and he's a myotherapist by weekend/night.
Why do you love Rafa so much?
Because he's just a funny cat. He's treated me for the past sort of 12 years. He's
a very funny cat.
He's got a mullet. He wears a leotard when he treats. He's the thing about Rafa is he's very much a blokey bloke. But he's an empath. He really, really, really cares about what you're going through and what's happening. Even if he doesn't express it, even if he uses kind of bogan language or surface level like Australian slang, like I know he cares deeply. And yeah, he's a good friend now, honestly.
So Rafa's one of your mentors, would you say?
Yeah, I could say that. Yeah, for sure. A lot of my treatment style in myotherapy is like he fucks me up, man. Like the 45 minutes to sometimes even 90 minutes when he lets go of time and it's just fucking 9:30 at night and I'm still there. His treatment philosophy, he learnt from a guy who, he was a 130 kilo Aboriginal man and he used to massage all the footballers in Geelong and he actually died on the massage table because he was so big and unhealthy, but he had elbows like billiards. What, billiards? No, fucking... elbow's like something that's really thick and massive and would really hurt you. I don't have a name for it right now, but yeah, that's so he modeled his philosophy on him. Then I got treated by Raf. It was the best, and so now I just fuck people up as well. Yeah.
So the way that you've gotten into my therapy, because I remember that before you even started my therapy and where you started to get the idea from it was going to see Raf. Is that true?
Yeah. Raf, and also Anthony Garnier is also a really pivotal part of my sort of upbringing. Anthony, I'd gone to see sort of physios like through the footy club and stuff, and had a really bad shoulder for about 18 months. Went to Anthony Garnier, he needled my shoulder. My shoulder was better instantly. And I was like, what the fuck have I been doing for 18 months? I was like, what treatment did I just get? I was like, myotherapy. I've never heard of that. Why don't more people know about this? It's an amazing form of treatment. So I just thought, again, I felt called to go and do that. So Anthony and Rafa. But Rafa, yeah.
He's a mythical beast.
He is.
Is the best way to describe him, I reckon.
He really is, yeah.
Whenever George is out of action, whether he's very rarely on holidays these days, but if he's unwell or he's too busy and I somehow pull myself up with an injury, George goes, go see Rafa. You message Rafa. Yeah. He's so excited to see you.
Yes.
The leotard is just something else. Like Rafa he's a different beast. Has he put that second story on his house yet?
You mean his unit? Yeah, no, he hasn't put a second story on his unit. No, no. He plans to live off grid. He plans to sell up and go find a commune somewhere.
Tell us your best Rafa story.
Best Rafa story? Well, one that sort of was just coming up in my mind just then was so when he drives an elbow across your back, he's not just putting it on the muscles. He'll grind that elbow like up your ribs and down the center of your spine. Which is very uncomfortable, as you can imagine. And I remember being like, man, like you're not massaging my muscles. You're on my bones. And he just pauses. He goes, the bones need massaging too.
Is that him just acknowledging that he's in the wrong and then he's just like, nah, I'm doubling down on it? Like,
I don't know.
Or do the
Look, he is kind of a little bit right. Like we do
the fascia, but
we
between.
Yeah, we fascially connect to the bones. Yes,
the bones need massaging too, man.
It just seemed funny because I was like, at the time, I was like, but bones are so hard. You can't change their structure. That's what I was thinking. But now I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see where he's coming from, like the fascia and whatnot. Yeah.
Quite the guy. You get him talking anything philosophical, he doesn't stop.
Yeah.
A very, very interesting mentor. And I think that he really probably, me knowing Rafa and then knowing what you're like as well, I think he probably sits on a different wavelength.
Where does he sit? Yeah. Well, you've had treatments from both of us. What's it like?
Well, I don't know how to answer that.
Does he go harder? He goes harder.
No, I think that you go pretty hard.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely get stuck into there where, it hurts quite a bit. Okay. Rafa just gets, I think Rafa just gets caught off topic sometimes.
Yeah.
I think both are fantastic. I think I've seen my therapist outside of that point before you started. Maybe when Rafa was busy one day and I wanted to get into do some needling or something. I can't remember who it was, but I remember it not being as good. I'm like, why would I ever just not see Rafa? And then, your method or the way that you do it is just, almost the same as Rafa's, but you put your own spin on things and your own understanding. And it's top shelf.
Well, I do two different types of treatment now. One's like movement analysis and movement optimization, and then there's also the traditional myo, which we kind of do with Rafa, where you just fuck people up, and it's for recovery. Yeah. But that neural integration step 4 of the FAM is a lot of the stuff that I do now with myo as well. It's a bit of a mix.
How would you best explain that instead of sort of glossing over?
How would I best explain it? We assess and we find the root cause of dysfunction in your body, and we also assess how you move. Once we know how you move, we know how to fix you long term, as opposed to me just massaging your sore shoulder. Why is the shoulder sore? From overload, right? What's being overloaded? What's not working? What's not doing their job? So I find that I get mystery. Yeah, solve a mystery.
Yeah, you're the problem solver.
Yeah, that's it.
And
creator. Depending what mood I'm in, whether I'm feeling villainous or not. Whether we're talking about my love life or not. No.
You want to create pain a little bit sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You did a Q&A recently online.
I did.
Did you enjoy it?
That's the funnest content I've ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not curated. It was just like raw. It was me. It was just good to get my opinions out there. Obviously, trying to teach young men or warn young men about the behaviours of some women sometimes, which resulted in some questions from some women.
What were some of those questions?
Why do you hate women?
Now, you've just spoken that you wanted 20 wives.
20 at least. At
least 20 wives. Is that there's too much love, or do you actually hate women?
No. I have so much love to give, bro. Trust me. My heart's too damn big. No, I shouldn't quote R. Kelly.
That's a good woman hating one there.
Yeah, no. What are we talking about?
Loving too many women.
Loving too many women and definitely not hating them. No, I was just giving some honest perspective of...
Why do you think that you got that? Why do you think that you got asked that question?
Because it kind of fell at the same time as the rebrand. So I was giving a male somewhat negative experience on the dating landscape at the moment. And I didn't speak enough to the male faults because I wasn't... I wanted to give my male perspective because that's me. I'm a male.
Yeah.
And I didn't obviously talk about the male faults. So I just talked about our perspective. And so they didn't hear me talking about any other perspective.
Right.
So they're like...
What was the most triggering part of... Because I only stumbled across it today, and I think that you have saved some of those.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to go through them. I only got to go through a couple of them, and they were work-related. Mm-hmm. But only the ones that you've sort of told me about. What was the one triggering question that you got asked, or the perspective that you given, that someone would say, why do you hate women?
Yeah, so it was someone asked me about my thoughts on modern dating, and I gave like four videos about it. One of the main things was probably that we're going down this rabbit hole again. So women will date sometimes, not all women, not all you lovely ladies, but women will date. And I'm going to say something a little bit controversial here. The women that are more likely to do this are the ones that are 8 out of 10 and above in attractiveness, physical attractiveness. These sorts of women are looking to leapfrog or looking to step forward in life, like they're looking to sort of get married, get a house. They're thinking about their life path more than what they're thinking about actually connecting with the male, because why not? They have not control of the sexual marketplace, but they have full choice over pretty much every type of male. So why not choose a guy that's a provider? Why not choose a guy that can give you stuff and you might actually have a connection with them? Like they want to bet on that chance as opposed to, hey, let me build something real. So yeah, I was talking about that.
When have you had this experience?
When have I had this experience?
What's giving you this experience?
So I haven't necessarily had this experience. I don't know.
So where's it come from?
Yeah, so I work with people. I see like 70 people a week, man. I've seen 70 people a week for a very, very long time. So I hear stories. I see a lot of things. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube.
Yep.
I hear a lot of different perspectives and thoughts. A few psychologists around dating. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's something that's come up a lot more often. I try and read as much as I can about online dating. Mm-hmm. Not just online dating, but also so many studies that are sort of out there. And a big one that's sort of been floating around more recently, and I would love to have the details on. I wish I wrote this one down. I didn't know that it was going to come up. But it's definitely along the lines that women are dating for the security of how a man presents, more than anything these days. And I think that might sit with exactly what you're trying to say. Yeah. And I don't think that's new. I think I'm being curious as to what, and I'm asking you questions, but I don't think that a woman has ever. That's a lie. I don't think that a woman very not often will look at a guy and be like, has he got his shit together? What's he doing with his life? Am I going to be able to like anchor down with somebody that's going to look after me? Yeah, I think that's pretty reasonable.
It is, and so you're saying that it's been a part of the past. It's not necessarily.
I don't think it's new. I don't think it's new. And anybody that sort of brings you down about that, I think that's probably them not understanding, or maybe it's again I haven't seen that of what you've presented of why someone would say you hate women. And I think it really comes down to, if we want to talk about it a long way back, and it's hunter and collector sort of vibes. The male would go and hunt food, would bring back to a woman that would raise a family in a cave. Okay, as very prehistoric as what that is. Yeah, that is at its essence. So coming up now Now, our days in the last 20 years has probably changed a lot more often. So especially from being somewhere in the 70s and 80s where you were able to rely on one income. You were able to have a family of 5, much like what The Simpsons is modelled on. A family of 5, the male works a job, mum stays at home. That's what life was for a very, very long time. So even though that times have changed now and the economy has changed where it's almost forcing 2 people in a household to work to support a family, to have 2 cars and a house, because it's all necessary. Well, to what we think is necessary from what we're being told anyway. That's what life is now. Now everybody's entitled to their own opinion of how life should be lived now, but I think for the most part, most males, I would say about 70% at least, would say ideally, if I had a wife, I would like her to be at home with the children. But that is only given to us. I personally would like that. But that's a view that's been given to me by females that I've dated in the past that have said to me personally, and this is my experience, and this is why I represent my opinion on it, is that I've seen females in the past that have said, I would love to stay at home, raise children.
Yeah.
And I think that is still a very current thing that rolls through our society deeply. But you still get your boss bitch that will be your CEO or, that will earn a lot of money and go that way. And that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot of females in my life that are like that. And fucking power to you. I'm not bringing anybody down for anything.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Just because you want to do something with your life, that doesn't mean that I shun you because it's not what I want for me and what my family is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I can provide somebody with the lifestyle that they want to be able to provide. Everybody's different. Everybody has their different situations, what they want to do. But I don't think that what you said was out of line. If you are saying something like that and someone's saying that you hate women, again, I would have to go rewatch it.
Yeah.
For something to be maybe mispresented. But
Exactly.
again, I think that's quite harsh.
I think it is, yeah. And look, that stuff is fine, and it's good that that dynamic makes a lot of sense. But in the early stages of dating, if a guy can tell that that's what you're pandering towards, or that's what you're kind of looking for, it makes it seem like you're not interested in them as a person. And I was saying guys want to be loved for them. We will naturally provide, we will naturally lead. That's what we do. But we don't want to be just reduced to that. We want you to like our quirks.
How do you think a mate would be able to be picked up on that? What would you say if you were dating a girl that, because you do quite well for yourself. So, and I'm going to fucking blow your trumpet here. You're a good looking bloke. You're articulate. You've got your shit together. You've got a good job. You tick a lot of the boxes. Yes, you're autistic as fuck. You're a little bit crazy, but that's why we love you. But someone will love you for who you are and what you bring to the table on a lot of different levels. For you yourself, if you started dating a girl, what would tick the box in your mind that someone was doing that to you?
So their conversation, like things that they ask me or perspectives that they give about their friends and their friends dating. So I'll give you an example. I was seeing a girl earlier this year, and some of the questions she was asking me my thoughts on a prenup. Okay. And this was quite early on. She was also telling me that advice.
How old was she?
How old was she? Yeah. So she was 24.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she was also telling me about advice she was giving to one of her girlfriends. And that advice around dating was, you need to find a guy that provides, you need to do this, stop getting with these broke guys sort of thing. And I was like, okay, this is obviously something that's front of mind for her.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, is she sizing me up in that way? Because if she is, I don't fuck with that. I want to be loved for me. We're naturally going to do that stuff, but this early on, that's sort of really fronting your mind. It was quite icky.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just let it go because she was so attractive. Yeah.
I completely understand what you're sort of saying with that. Yeah.
Just it shows you where their head's at.
Yeah.
Based on, it's nothing.
I think that's almost, you're talking about a gold digger essentially. And I'm not saying that someone's after you for being a gold digger. That is not what I'm saying.
No, that'd be ridiculous.
I'm not. You haven't
middle
got
class.
Middle
class. Middle class dude. Yeah.
You haven't got millions of dollars or anything like that. Not yet. Anyway,
millions of love to give though. Yes.
But that's pretty much what it sounds like in the back end of it, is that somebody is, and again, I don't think that there is anything wrong with somebody that's wanting that, because on the other end, there are definitely males out there that just want a job. They want to commit their life to work. That's where they find themselves, and then they just want a wife that stays at home, does nothing, and that they can be the provider and take care of. There are certainly people out there that want that. There are certainly people out there that want that.
Yeah.
And power to them. If that's what you want, you're going to find who you want as well.
For sure.
Because you can find an ugly bloke that earns millions of dollars that ends up with an absolute 10 out of 10. Power to him. And if that woman wants to be with that guy because she finds money attractive, good for her.
Yeah.
It's not my type of person, but
I know.
they don't have to be my type of person. They can exist in the world without me caring or giving two fucking shits about them.
Exactly.
That's the way I see it.
No, I like that. It's good. Very firm on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any more you want to add to that one?
Any more I want to add to that one? Well, it just came down to, people dating for ego-based decisions. And I realized there's something I've done in the past, which is...
Based on what?
So for guys, sometimes we will feel quite competitive against other guys for if we have a really bad bitch at home and we can get a really hot chick to submit and commit to us, then that means we're doing really well, and it speaks to our superiority as a male, right? Amongst our peers, amongst our friends, it's status.
Yeah.
That's ego.
The hot chick is,
Yeah. But like, if I think about it in my part, I had a real strong think about this, and I was thinking for young guys out there, like think about your favorite feature on a woman's body, not that they're reduced to their bodies or anything like that. Have a think about your favorite feature. Do you love faces? Do you love boobs? Do you love ass? Go find a 10 out of 10 of that feature that is then brought down by other features. Maybe she has not as good a face, but she has a really nice butt. You love butts, so that's your 10 out of 10. Because those girls have a certain level of humbleness to them that you can connect with and that you can date, I guess. So, but then you get the best of both worlds because you're still getting that physical attractiveness. I don't know. Went on a bit of a ramble there.
I don't think that you're speaking out of line there. I think that females are very similar in the way that they will see a guy in that way. Like they'll have a favorite attribute, whether it's, a guy with really nice legs or really big arms or something like that. And everybody has their unique features of like, the girl might have really pretty eyes, or the guy might have really pretty eyes at the same time as well. So there's all these little features that everybody likes about certain people. And I think I've banged on it a few times in the 11 episodes prior. That you need to find somebody attractive. And we spoke about this with Soph a couple of times, Benny, that doesn't matter how much that you engage with someone's personality, you still need to find them attractive. You really do need to find someone attractive on a certain level. And everybody has their different things of what they like. Somebody might like dark hair. Somebody might like light hair. Like, it doesn't mean that you don't like somebody that has got the opposite. It just means that that's not your thing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, if I've been really too basic there. But your Q&A, I will have to sit down and listen to. Now, that's on the Fallaw Aesthetic Method.
It's on my personal one. So any of this like personal stuff where I just go on like rants about life and dating or other shit not to do with fitness, it's on there. It's on my
have you saved
page.
it?
Yeah. And I could show you some of the ones that I've archived that I haven't put to a story highlight as well.
I look forward to
I actually had to fully delete one where I was like, I had to look up whether it was a crime or not, and it was a crime. So I was like, I'm not posting that to my story. So yeah,
I won't ask. I will keep clear of that.
I'll tell you off camera, man.
We've got a couple of story write-ins and some current trends that we're going to go through before sort of intertwining back into a bit of work stuff with yourself.
Yeah.
Our story number one, which is a write-in. Now, this one was submitted via Instagram, and I've got a lot of time for this one because we sort of had a different look at some different conversation pieces through Instagram as well, and we got some really good feedback through that as well. So the story from Instagram is: my best friend is having an affair with her boss and no one knows about it. They're both married. What do I do? But this also links in with another write-in that we had from the Talonham line, is that thoughts about keeping a friend's cheating scandal private. What do you do? How do you go about it? Do you keep it to yourself? So I think that they both link in pretty tight. So I didn't want to miss one without the other. But your best friend's having an affair.
Send them to a Coldplay concert.
Yeah.
Very relevant right now. Very relevant, Betty. Thank you. I think that they're your best friend for a reason. I actually did write back to this person and have a bit of a chat. Well, I give my thoughts directly on it because I thought it was quite present at the time.
Yes.
Yeah, I truly believe that if this is your best friend, Benny and I's favourite thing to say in the world is have a conversation, have a conversation. I don't even think you need to have a fucking conversation about this. I reckon it's just like, if this is your best friend, are you really going to ruin your relationship with your best friend because they're having sex with somebody that's got nothing to do with you? Are they really ruining your life by them sleeping with somebody else? Like, they're going to be ruining their life. Yes, you can probably say something like, hey, you shouldn't be doing this. Especially if that friend comes to you and they're saying to you, hey, I started sleeping with my boss from work. I know that I'm married and he's married, but fuck, it's pretty good. Like, yeah, gee, that's pretty funny, but maybe you shouldn't do that. Like, what's going on at home? You can probably have those conversations there. They're probably giving you enough feedback about that you're having a quick conversation about it. But I don't think that in any world it is appropriate for you as a best friend. Now, this is just my view. Appropriate for you as a best friend to then go and say something to their partner. Like, you only know them through association. Even if you are really good friends with the partner for many, many years, you're still not going to be good as friends with the partner as what you are with your best friend. We're going to go to Benny first. Benny, your best friend's cheating, having an affair. Do you say anything?
Say something to him, absolutely.
Yeah, say something to your mate.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I'm not going to meddle with their affairs by going to
Tell the partner.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just depends on your moral structure. Like, it's hard because I don't really hang out with anyone that would cheat. I would be like severely disappointed in them. But it's not my place to fuck around with telling information to other people.
I can see that your moral high ground is sort of sitting quite guarded with you at the moment, that you're not quite sure, but you're quite upset by it. Yeah. So it's your best mate. So your male best mate.
Yep.
He's got a partner. I don't know anybody here. He's got a partner. You get along with her really well. He said to you, I slept with this person from work. We're going to give this example freely. He's been sleeping with my boss at work. Pretty good, blah, blah, blah. At any point, do you take an interest in what he's saying and then sort of try to pull him up on it? Or you just, especially if he's trying to gloat around it, what's the conversation that transpires?
Oh, I would definitely pull him up on it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking of a very specific friend, like my best mate, and I also get along with, his fiance. And if that happened, I wouldn't tell her, but I would certainly be like, bro, you've got to tell her, and you've got to stop this shit, and you've got to fix it before it gets worse.
But you're definitely of the belief of you've got to tell her. Yeah.
Sunlight is the greatest disinfectant, they say. But love is like a Fabergé egg that you need to hold carefully. As soon as you break that egg, you can put it back together with glue. You can try your best to make it look good, but it is never going to be the fucking same. So as soon as that cat's out of the bag, it is done.
Yep.
It is done.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I just know it would weigh more heavily on the conscience lying every day for the rest of your life about it.
You pay one way or another.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. You will pay for it at some point. It'll come and get you. So
yeah. No, but you pay for it by having it on your heart as well. I think I spoke about this in my live.
Yeah,
you might get away with it. You might get away with a little lie here, a little bit of a cheat here, a little bit of sodomy there. But you will hold that shit on your heart. And if you go the last route, the sodomy, you might hold a little bit of that shit on your pee-pee.
It sounds like you need a lobotomy, mate, more than anything.
I think I do, yes.
George, what do you say? What do you do?
So you lock it down. Bunker down the hatches. You don't tell anybody anything. It's
a firm pull your head in sort of situation, I think.
It's a pull your head in situation. If I like their relationship, my advice will be geared towards possible preservation, possibly, maybe. But if I don't like their relationship and I don't think they should be together, my advice to the person who's cheated will be pushing them towards dissolving of the arrangement. That would be my advice. So I would base it on whether I liked the relationship or not. That would determine what my advice is. Whether I would tell anyone or not, no, I wouldn't tell anybody. Okay. I ain't no fucking snitch. I've never snitched on anybody. I would not snitch on anything anyone tells me. Because I hate it. Because we've all been there. Early 20s, someone you're seeing or someone gets a message and it's just panic stations. Someone's snitched on you for something that you've done. Not necessarily talking about cheating, but someone snitched on you for something. And that panic that goes through your body is awful. I would not want to put anybody through that panic. It's their life. It's their life choices. I will never snitch. I will hold that shit down. Yeah.
I know there are going to be some very rolled eyes with us discussing that anyway, but again, I really couldn't give a fuck. So somebody reached out to me, and I know who that person was because we had a chat about that.
Yes.
But it was more this conversation being based around your best friend cheating. They're coming to you, they're telling you, and I'm locking it down that way. But I think there's 3 very different perspectives on it. All unique in their own way. But
you would only tell the partner if you wanted them to break up and you wanted to get with the partner and you've had tension with that partner. That's the only time that you would tell them and dog your best friend, is if you wanted to fuck their partner.
You reckon?
It's the only situation, I reckon.
I think a lot of people, like a lot of empathetic people, are like what sort of Benny said in the part just before was, you have to say something, and if you don't say something, I'm going to, because then it weighs too heavy on their conscience. I think that's
get over it. Fucking get over it. What it weighs on your conscience. Go do your to-do list. What, you're so wrapped up in this person's life? Get a fucking grip. Like, that's stupid. Yeah, this self-righteousness, like they've got to go and tell the person. I'm sorry, you like drama if that's what you want to do, or you want to sleep with the person. Like, why would you be doing that to your friend? Why would you be snitching on them? Stupid.
I love it. I fucking love it. Welcome back, Georgie. Good to have back.
Thanks, Buzz.
We're going to go through some dating trends that are lately, that have been going on lately. Some things that I've been reading, that I've been taking note of, that I quite enjoy. And I've finally been able to actually give some direction of where they're coming from rather than just, hey, I remember this. But there's datingadvice.com are reporting currently from surveys that have been placed that 86% of singles say that micro acts mean more than over-the-top displays of affection, referring to thoughtful moments like sending a meme that's relevant to something that you've shared, or sending a song that sparks a shared memory. This is now more meaningful than doing a big act of kindness, like, say, buying someone flowers or taking someone out on a surprise date. These micro differences in dating these days, this is what a lot of people are loving. Do you love it?
Do I love it? Fuck yeah, I love it. Have I experienced it? No. I've been in a dynamic where it was all about the grand gestures and it was all about that. And what I worked out from that is that the micro gestures, fucking awesome, man. It's like, what, you thought about me at that point of your day and you thought to send me that reel that spoke to a situation that we had together? Like that.
So you have experienced it. You've gone through it.
Yeah, but not from girls I care about.
What's the girls that you care about? What is this more to the girl that you're chasing more than the one that you know that you should be with?
Yeah. This comes it comes to the one that you're chasing. Like, you would kill for those moments of micro connection. Yeah, I don't even know why they're called micro connection.
Yeah.
It's like a macro connection. It's like a deep solar connection.
There was a saying for it within the article, and then I didn't actually write it down. I can't remember it, but yeah, I just thought it was really interesting because I'm someone that'll get up in the morning, not message someone, and this has been brought to my attention. I won't message someone straight away. But I'll sit there and I'll send a reel and say, like, whether it's TikToks or something like that, I'll send TikToks. And then that person will be like, oh, well, he's awake now. He's sending me TikToks or he's sending me reels. But they're like, it's funny things that, like, I'm starting my day with that I want to share with somebody. Like, I don't really love messages like massive good morning messages or anything anymore. Like,
okay, why you might not love it is when you were sort of doing your dating or whatever. As soon as you start doing that, that is a very strong signal of I want to date you. Hello, good morning, good night. So like that is relationship type shit. As soon as you commit to doing stuff like that.
I think everybody, I think that we have very different views on what dating is, and everything's completely individual.
So
these days.
you've said good morning. You have said good morning text to multiple girls. Is that what you're saying?
No, I just don't really do it.
So yeah, you don't do it at all.
So like me seeing somebody, if I've been seeing somebody and someone's my girlfriend, I still won't send a good morning message every morning.
Yeah.
She would send a good morning message to me, and I'd say something back, or she would just get a barrage of reels, so she knows that I'm thinking about her. Which is completely fucking insane.
I'm fucking lazy, dude.
You send me barrages of reels all day, bro. So like, what, you're treating them like what you treat your bros? Nah, like I get where they're coming from. Like you wanna have a carved out message of, hey, I'm thinking about you. Good morning. Have the best day, baby. Like that stuff is cute. Reels is very, you're on social media and you just decided to flick through some brain rot that you saw. Like that's not personal, man. Yeah.
That's fair.
Gotta say, I'm with Georgie on this
Yeah.
Do you send a good morning message every morning?
one. No.
I like cutesy shit like that. I
But
send
like,
heaps of it.
that was my failure as a partner, and that's why
I
I
don't think
eventually
it's that
gave
big of a
up.
fucking failure. Like, I really don't. I don't think that, like, I think you generally...
No, I think it's
fall into
fine to
conversation.
do it, but I think you
I
still
don't
need
think it's
to...
required, though.
No, but you still
I
need...
personally wouldn't be upset if someone didn't send me a good morning message.
No,
I think
neither.
conversation naturally starts throughout the day anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
But it could be like good luck with that thing.
I think
that you mentioned.
100%.
Yeah. But I think
you're
the grand...
talking about a fucking occasion that's going to happen during the day.
The grand gestures are still important, though, I think.
You don't want to be sitting at home all the time, like, absolutely. You still want to be able to do nice things, but what the
Make an
study-
itinerary, a date night.
what datingadvice.com is stating here, reporting back from surveys, is that singles, the micro acts is what it was called, by the way, the micro acts are more meaningful to people these days than the grand gestures. That's what it's based around.
Is that because their whole life is digital? So anything that happens on that thing feels
Yes.
like more like real life? Is that
Yeah.
why?
That would be
Maybe.
it. I'd say that would be it.
I feel I'm definitely one of these 86% of people that I feel like these micro gestures are a lot more important to me than grand gestures. I still love having a fucking meal cooked for me. Like, I think it's awesome. I think that somebody going out of their way to do something for me that will save me time is my love language. That's what I really love. But these are micro acts of like me understanding that someone is thinking about me in these little snippets throughout the day means a lot to me. I don't really care that much about a good morning message. Should I be then sending them on the other way? Maybe. Who knows? I'm always sending good night messages. If I'm not with that person overnight, or I mean most of the time that maybe... Okay, so if I'm waking up next to somebody and they're leaving for work and I'm in bed for another half an hour, 45 minutes, I'm not getting out of bed in 45 minutes time and saying, good morning. Like, I think that's probably where I'm more or less getting to the point of...
No, that makes sense. Yeah, I think we're talking when you're sort of seeing someone you're not living together or you're not spending many nights together. Maybe you're only seeing them a couple of times a week.
But...
Hey, thinking of you, you know.
Yeah, I think that from understanding what you're saying, if you're in the integral first stages of seeing somebody and you want to be talking to them all the time, so you're like, when's an acceptable time to send a good morning message?
But then it is chaser behavior. And what is always available is not valued. So it depends how you want to play that interaction.
So we're starting to swing around to my sense of thought trade now, are we? How the turntables have turned.
It just depends what part. Like if you're seeing them and you're saying the I love yous, I think it's nice.
There's so many different ways that you can do something.
Yeah.
I don't really hate getting a good morning message. It's not something like I roll my eyes out ever. I think it's nice, but like I'm just not a massive one for going out of my way to say it first.
Yeah.
I think mornings are busy for everybody in general.
So you think micro shows of affection are really important, even though everyone's on their phone all day long, it's very easy to do. You think that over like a big gesture, like,
I think so.
hey, I've brought you this drink or something, you know?
How often are you going to get those though?
Yeah, not very often, yeah.
Then if you're only waiting for those, that's not a grand gesture, but like, I know what you mean.
You know
like,
what I mean, yeah.
If we're waiting on a grand gesture all the time, you're going to get them so very few that the micro acts are adding up to a lot more than the grand gestures.
Yeah.
Are they lazier? Yes. Is there more thought in a grand gesture? Absolutely. But what's going to come more often? Are these 1%ers going to add up to a lot more over time than those bigger things?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think that you can get away with not doing both. I think that you obviously still have to do both.
It always just comes down to like, how does your partner like to be loved, and
Correct.
and focus in
Spot
on
on. And I think that we're probably articulated here in a very
Yeah.
poor way that we like to all be loved in different ways, and I'm the idiot.
My
in this
way is the best
situation.
way. You're dumb.
An article in the New York Post talks about a trend on the rise at the moment, and it's called ghostlighting. A toxic new trend where someone ghosts and then denies the relationship ever happened. This is leading to the other person questioning their own reality, and experts are warning that this can be far more damaging than gaslighting or ghosting done individually. Anybody spring to mind, George?
I don't know why you're giggling at me.
No, not you. I'm not referring to you.
I had this happen to. Oh, does anybody? Yes, someone springs to mind. Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. But yeah, I had this happen to a friend, a client / friend recently. Yeah, they were fully not in a relationship, but like seeing someone. Things were really good. They were showing promise. They had similar values, similar likes. They were talking every day, going around making each other dinner and stuff like that. And then he just ghosted, bro. Like, savage. Like, and it was so hard for her to process. And she was thinking about her anxious attachment style and started thinking about the part that she played and all of this. And it was like, nah, this guy's just bailed. Like, this isn't a you thing. It says more about what's wrong with that person than what it is wrong with you.
Yeah.
It's savage though, bro.
I think that the interesting part of what this is being spoken about, though, is that the denial of the relationship ever happened is...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Well, what does that
full
look
on.
like? Does the silence represent that? Or is this like someone's verbalizing that?
I think that somebody's verbalizing. I think that's what like what they're really talking about. Is
Okay.
that, you were seeing Amanda.
It's like, no, I wasn't.
Yeah. Right? which is then breaking Amanda's reality.
Yeah.
Amanda is fictitious, by the way.
Yeah.
And breaking Amanda's reality, like, oh, I don't know why he's saying that. Especially when someone's ghosting you and they're not replying to you in the first place. It's not like you can message them or call them and be like, hey, like, why are you saying this? Because
No, you
they're going to
can't.
deny it in the first place.
And it makes it look like you're really bothered. So the person that's doing that is obviously just dating / fucking down and doesn't want anybody to know that they're messing around with 3s and 4s, bro. Like that's
How often does a ghost, or how often would a ghosting come up where, say you're seeing a couple of different, like you've got your roster, and you finally find somebody that you actually are genuinely interested? I reckon that's probably where a lot of your ghosting would happen. It's like, it's just easier to just drop everything else, not reply to anybody else, and then I'm just focused on one person.
correct. Well, yes, that's in a kind of a different category to the denying that the relationship kind of ever happened, which actually, no, it's not.
It's not.
Because they might be like, yeah, it never happened, so that there isn't this cloud of, well, I was sleeping with that person then and there and there, and now I'm seeing this person, but I was
Correct.
sleeping with XYZ. And okay, then that is the situation
Spot
that
on.
it would come up, is they've picked the best player, the best rookie, and they're investing all their time into that rookie, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to get everything out of it.
We got there. I'm glad that we were able to push in the direction.
Yeah, we got there. Okay, no, it makes perfect sense. What I will also argue though as well, if they've chosen that rookie, but as they were kind of selecting that rookie, they were dipping into other pools. I don't know if your connection or what you want with that person is going to work out, because I don't know, call me romantic or not, but I believe when you meet your person, it'll be case closed with all the other hoes.
Which is really easy to ghost everybody. And we're not just
Yes.
talking about females here, like females do it with guys. I've got female friends that have rosters and are open about having rosters. Makes me feel a little bit uneasy, but and then I guess that once they know that guys have rosters as well, they don't.
It's a lot of time and energy.
It's too much time.
If someone I'm seeing and I'm hearing that like I'm part of the roster, I'm sorry, like we are never dating. Like we're just never dating. Okay, I'm smiling as you say that to me. Yeah, no worries. I'm acting chill. We are never dating.
Nobody wants to know that they're in a
We're
roster.
cancelled in my head.
Nobody
Yeah.
wants to know they're in a roster.
No one
It's
wants to know that
uncomfortable.
shit. Yeah.
So going on from our last little trend from the New York Post with the ghost lighting, our last one is our report from eHarmony, and I really like this article because it's really linked into what we sort of said as a roster sort of formation that a male or female can have. So the reports by eHarmony earlier in this year reveal that men are more likely to invest financially in dating, with 11% of males willing to spend over $300 on per date. So dating compared to just 1% of women that would be willing to invest massively financially as well. Goes on approximately 61 dates per year. Spending
Rookie numbers.
61 dates and spending from these 61 dates $18,000 annually just on dating. Obviously, this is a massive change in priorities, expectations, dating behaviors, but they're big numbers. Like,
You got to pay to play. You got to pay to play. It makes complete sense. So why this makes sense is because someone who is in that financial position has elevated themselves to a level that they can invest that amount into dating. If you want to find the best partner possible, you need to elevate yourself in your life to a point where you can afford that. You can afford to spend that amount of money per year on dates, because you have to date like a job if you want to find someone that's fucking cool. So I think that makes complete sense, and that shows behavior of someone who has elevated, should be dating, and is the best version of themselves, and is going to find the best version of the opposite sex for them. I think that makes complete sense. Yeah. And I think if you can't afford to spend maybe $500 a month on dates, like, you are not ready to date.
do you think that's dates including whether you've got a partner or not?
Not necessarily, no, because then you create shared goals, shared visions, and sometimes that revolves around saving money, having nights in, having lots of sex. I think it is around when you are just single and dating new people and you're trying to find your person. Yeah.
You got to date 61 new people a year.
Is it 61?
That's more than one a week.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Do I give my real opinion on this?
I've got to think about your real opinion for a second.
So it's one date a week to maintain the connection. More than one date per week will grow the connection. That's the rule.
How much do you reckon that a single person is spending that has been, single for a few years and they've been chasing down the one for them? How many dates are they going on a week?
I would say it'd be one serious date every couple of weeks, and it would be maybe 4 casual dates. Maybe they got a couple hookups in there or something. But that sort of spending behavior that's intentional dating. So there's dating to fuck, and then there's intentional dating to find.
That's a lavish date though. Like, you're going out for dinner, you're probably spending anywhere from $150 to $220, and then you're doing some sort of activity in between as well.
Mm-hmm. It's a lavish date. It's like I said, it's creating
$200 it's a lot of money.
It is. Yeah. It is. I reckon I would have
61 times that you're doing a lavish date.
Yeah.
I think that when you start dating someone, you do a lot of lavish things to start off with, and I think that once you like, okay, let's just say that I've got a girlfriend, and I start, the further that we get into the relationship, we're no longer doing those really often lavish dates. They start to be more. It might be a weekend away, and they start to become more sporadic, but probably cost a little bit more at the same time as well.
Correct. Yeah.
Where your one-off dates is when you're trying to really hit home to start off with for the real impression. Another interesting part, and I'm going to say that everything's fucking interesting in this, I'm just going to rinse and repeat myself, but 1% of women are willing to spend over $300.
What girl is paying for a date? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, that's...
When was the last time you had someone buy you dinner, Benny?
Probably I don't know, earlier this year, March.
Boss.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
She was my girlfriend, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we would always, take turns.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different when you're dating. I've heard the ideal split of costs is 70-30, because like I was saying before, you have to pay to play. So there's a level of emotional investment that comes with just giving a little bit. I think as guys, we will naturally do between 70 to 90. But I think it is healthy for a girl to give a little bit, not because we need it, not because we want it, but because of what it represents emotionally. Yeah, so I think that's key.
Can I draw this back to something that we had a chat about originally, was the micro acts. If I've paid for dinner, something that I love, those micro acts is that if you go out for dessert somewhere and the girl offers to pay.
Yeah.
Love it.
Just the offer.
Or if you go
Offer's
get
cute.
coffee somewhere or something like that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yes. Yes. It just communicates you don't see me as a vector to your lifestyle. You see me as an equal. I'm not going to let you pay.
That probably comes into like what we also spoke about before, is if someone's willing to financially put out to contribute to your to the dates and whatnot as well, you probably feel like they're less money grabbing there. So what you spoke about before, George, was if you're feeling used or just feeling like you're there to provide and that's all that you're there for. Well, if someone's actually also willing to do that as well, you're gonna feel less like that.
Yes, and I'll actually become more generous in that situation.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
And people forget that. They think that, just by never offering whatever, like they'll just get used to this arrangement. Like if you offer, I then go above and beyond because I'm like, fuck yes, like this person is my person. You know, they're here for me. You're here for me. Let me go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Yeah.
I would totally take them up on the offer if they decided to pay.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Like if like I'm seeing a girl now
Every now and then,
and she offers to pay, I'm not getting in her way for it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yeah, of course, fine. Thank you. Like stoked about it.
Yeah. Emotional investment, man. It's
And
cute.
I think that gives me back that feeling that somebody really cares enough that they're putting in the thought. Like, yes, I understand that somebody is not going to be earning as much money as me. Like that's fine, but I'm not asking them to pay for everything. Like if they're going to go to the supermarket and pick up a few things, I will say, hey, do you want me to transfer the money for that? Or, how much was it? I'll transfer you. No, don't worry about it. And that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It is. Well, it's like when they offer, like you're offering to pay for something, then it's
just makes you feel a little bit appreciated and not taken
and not used. Yeah. I mean, Andrew Tate says it like men just get reduced to being a worker droid, and you don't want to be a worker droid. Like that's a very lifeless
wants
existence.
To feel appreciated.
Yes, you do.
George, I wanted to take it away from dating a little bit, just as we're going to the last sort of segments of finishing up. I wanted a sandwich from you, and in that sanger, I wanted 2 good stories from you with work, and one maybe not controversial, but a hard time that you've had through work and how you learnt from it. So we'll start off with a good one. What's a good work experience that you've had, a good news story that you've gotten from work that's led to you really believing in what you do?
I would say, so the first one, I mean, when you were asking me that question about something good, all I was thinking about was this outrageous story that I have. But something...
That's fine, shoot with it.
You want me to shoot with it?
Yeah.
Okay. So with work, so when I first started my therapy journey, I was working somewhere. I wasn't always working for myself. I was starting out, and this guy came in, and he was very cheery, very very happy, and he goes to start undressing before I've left the room, and he goes, "Oh, I'll just take off my undies." I go, No, you can leave them on, man. It's all good. Yeah. And so I instantly felt uncomfortable. And then throughout that whole treatment, he was just like complimenting me, asking me really personal questions, et cetera, et cetera. I was like, and then he left and I was like, fuck, that was a weird treatment. And then I see his name in my calendar the following week and I'm like, this will be uncomfortable again. And he comes in. And he goes, "Oh, George, how are you?" I'm like, yeah, I'm really good, thank you. And he goes, "Oh, I've got something for you." I go, "Oh, okay." Like, what have you got for me? This guy found my fucking Instagram and sketched like this topless photo that I had posted. And he's holding it. He's a beautiful sketch, by the way. Fucking amazing artist. Beautiful sketch. And he looks at me and he goes, "Yeah." And it's like in this small A1 maybe? Yeah, he's like, do you want me to put it on a canvas? Like, I'll blow this up on a canvas. We'll do like an oil painting. Starts like going real wild about it. I was like, in my head, I'm thinking, hell yeah, that'd be so sick. I was like, a fucking canvas oil painting of like this
Can
picture.
I put it above my bed?
Yeah. And then I'm like, in my head, I just remembered back this conversation my ex was telling me about being careful about accepting gifts off people, because it shows them that you're interested. And I don't know why that came into my mind. And
That's
I was
a good one. That's good advice.
Yeah. So I said no, but in my head I was like, damn, like you are really creeping me out and this is totally uncomfortable. but I really want that painting. Yeah.
You never got the painting, did you?
I never got the painting, but I thought about messaging him and being like, yeah, man, like I want that painting. Like I thought about doing that because I just kept thinking about White Chicks, about how Latrell has got that like picture of him in like a fucking like mink robe or whatever above his like fireplace. I was like, yeah, when I get my house, then I'll have a photo that's very similar to Latrell, and then I'll just be living out these just memes in my head. And that was where my mind was at. So yeah, that was the outrageous story. Very uncomfortable.
Tell us about a negative story from work.
Negative story. Negative story would be, Can
be a client story that we don't obviously don't have to paint a picture too tight about who it is or anything like that. Maybe a story about how you've lost a client in the past for maybe lack of commitment issues, and maybe that's
I would say
it goes against your ethos and how you sort of stuck true to it.
So in the past, I guess I'll talk about just losing clients in general.
Yeah.
So when I was like obviously making my way in the early beginnings of, becoming a personal trainer or whatever, when people would leave, it would be quite a big deal because I guess my sense of self wasn't as strong then. And so someone leaving, I would take quite personally. I would feel rejected. And I was thinking about this the other day, is that like clients barely ever leave now, which is beautiful, and
That's
so
good. Retention is good.
So stable, so amazing. But when they do, usually this is what happens with someone that's, say, like a new client, and they don't understand kind of what it's all about, and they kind of just freak out or whatever. I genuinely feel sorry for these people when they leave now. It's not like a thing of, come back. Like, are you sure? What if we just do this lower plan, which is some of the stuff that I used to do? Because as soon as you explain your worth to someone, you're already invaluable to them. And now I genuinely just feel sorry for people that leave and don't get to learn all of this amazing stuff that I do. Because when someone becomes a client of mine, bro, I wrap my arms around you in every type of way. Like, you are not going to find that somewhere else. And if you don't want to be here, that is seriously your loss. And I'm so sad for you. So that's just the polarity that I've noticed within how I used to deal with the rejection to now. Call it arrogant, call it whatever. I don't give a fuck. It is a bit arrogant, but if you don't believe in what you do, are you doing the right thing? Have you really put that much thought into it? Because the things I don't believe very strongly, guarantee you I haven't put much thought or effort into them.
Yeah.
I put so much thought and effort into this.
You've been challenged. Well, hang on. You speak quite openly on Instagram quite a bit about you being an expert in the field. Now, you've been challenged online a couple of times, and that's been quite hard for you. You take that on quite personally as a negative experience as well.
I know what you're talking about.
So how do you feel through that process, and how do you think that that's perhaps grown you, but at the same time, the negative feedback that you're getting, the negative feedback that you're getting from your expert opinion from the field?
Yeah, so this was 6 months ago that we sort of went through this, and if I compare who I am now to who I was 6 months ago, completely different. I would not be talking with such strong affirmation, and this is why I created the framework. Is just so once you have something there, you can just do what you do with complete certainty, right? Did I have certainty 6 months ago? Hell yeah. But when you train people that are bodybuilders kind of already and kind of already think that they know everything that there is to know, these aren't very coachable people. Like, they're quite firm in their beliefs. They're quite rigid in their structure. They're kind of always kind of sizing you up, kind of just checking you out. Like, does this guy kind of know what he's talking about? Like, that's not my ideal client. Problem with this was that they then go show what you've done to another bodybuilder friend who has no idea the context of what you do. And I make decisions based on measurements, never emotion, never theory. I never guess. It's all measured. It's not something that I make up. It's done based on hard data. So if you want to be stupid enough to argue with that system, power to you. But I do tests every week. I measure those tests and I make decisions based on those tests. So that was a really strong learning experience for me, to be more grounded in what I do, my self-worth. There's been a couple other experiences that have taught me self-worth as well, in respect to dating. I would say 6 months ago, did I truly believe I was amazing? Yes, but not fully. We're still very much healing from divorce, the failure of relationships in the past. Like all that stuff is difficult to kind of go through. So I feel like I've gone through a lot of healing in the past 6 months because of this other situationship that I was in. And now I just feel like I've arrived at a really good place. We're always learning, we're always growing. But I feel very different to what I did 6 months ago.
What's your favourite good news story that you've got from work?
Good news story. Two instances come to mind recently that are top of mind. One would be one of my clients, James. He was talking about how he was having a work meeting with a potential client. And this potential client wanted to work with him because he said to him, he goes, "You've got a really strong jawline. I can tell you are someone who lives a life of discipline. You are someone I want to work with." And this was really professionally amazing for this client. I was like, fuck yeah, bro. I was like, now you get it. Like people talk to you differently when they can tell you look after yourself. And this is the gift that I want to give other men. Another one would be Big E, one of my female clients, my queens. So yeah, she completed a cut recently, took some body pics, completely unrecognizable to her day one photos. Nice. She's bought her own house. She's been through personal challenges and now she's coming out the other side and she's just so boss. It's not funny. She trains like a fucking demon. She just gets it. She's a beast. Alpha female. That's what she is.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I remember when she first came to me, she was doing squats in my garage. She had a hoodie on, very negative body language, just very unsure of herself. But now she's had promotions, living on her own. Like, yeah.
Positive. And that gift
I love that
for
shit.
you, seeing people transform and the power that you give them is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. No. Very positive things, man. And I think you give a lot of people, especially from this podcast alone, just the expression through what you're saying, a huge invitation to anybody to sort of come your way. Thank you for sticking around with me and George and going through. Georgie, I hope that you've had fun this time, just as much as fun as what we had the first time around in episode 1. If you're still hanging around right now, I appreciate it. Please give us a like and subscribe. We do love to see people subscribed on the platform of YouTube. If you've got it saved on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, we do have a huge appreciation for you as well. Please give us a 5-star rating. It goes a long way. But jump on YouTube, hit a like and a subscribe on the video because it goes a very, very long way to broaden our reach to other people that are just like you that follow the same stuff that you do. So thank you so much. We love you and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Catch you. Bye.